Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my courtroom. Let's hope we have a good day and everybody goes home happy. Who's the first case?
First case about Captain Hook and Quiz Jug. So Captain Hook, what's your called with the Quiz Jug?
Well, Judge, you don't expect to go on a quiz and have a dog on it. It's silly. How can animals be on quizzes that's for humans? Okay, so what happened then? Well, which programme were you on, Captain Hook, first of all? Let's see what quiz it was. It was Countdown.
A countdown!
Oh, and what happens on Countdown? Well, Judge, some of it's about words and some of it's about mathematics. You have to work out sums and things. Okay, so what was the problem? The problem is, I'm really good at this. When I'm at home and I watch it on the television, I get nearly everything right. And then when I finally get to go onto the show, there's a dog. And it was a nuisance. It kept barking, kept jumping off from where he was meant to be sat, wagging his tail around, sticking his tongue out and licking things, and it was very off-putting. And I complained to the people who were in charge, and I said, why on earth have we got a dog on? And they said, because the dog's quite funny, and he does know quite a few things. Yes, but he can't talk. How can he tell you the answer to the conundrum if he can't talk? This is just stupid. So what is it you're wanting, Captain Hook? Well, ask him a question and you'll see that he can't answer you. And what I am wanting is for the people who make the programme to let me go back on it again because it wasn't fair. How can I play against a dog? Okay, doggy. Did you enjoy Countdown? Woof, woof, woof.
What does that mean?
Not sure. Could you answer any of the questions correctly? Woof, woof, woof. I think Michelle will take that as a no. I think so, Judge. This all seems very strange. Why would they put the dog on the programme if he can't speak? I'm not sure, Michelle. Okay, Captain Hook. So this spoiled your show for you then? It did, Judge. I'd been waiting, months and months to get onto this. I love watching it and I really wanted to be a contestant. And you see, what happens is, you play against this other person and whoever ends up with the most point wins. And then you go on to try and win your money. And they keep inviting you back if you win, you know. Right. So he spoilt everything. I can't understand who decided to let him on there. Whoever they are, they should make sure I can come back on because it wasn't a fair contest. I agree, says Judge Rinder. They must let you go back on. They can't expect anybody to compete when all the dog can do is woof. How is that fair? But didn't you win anyway if the dog couldn't answer? No, Judge, I didn't, because they said, well, we can't get a proper answer from the dog, so we'll have to say that this competition is null and void. Oh, well that's good. Because they've said that, then they have every duty to make sure that you can come back on for another show. Really, Judge? Oh, yes. They can't just scrap it like that and not offer you the chance to come back. Right. Oh, well that makes me happy, Judge. Thank you very much. You're very welcome, sir.
Sir, what have you called? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Michelle, could you please remove this dog away? I want to dismiss this case.
Case dismissed.
Right, Judge, I'll get rid of him.
So it's the same case dismissed. I don't say.
The dog goes woof woof.
That's what he said we're going to gaggle. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So would you take her out, Michelle?
I certainly will.
So, Miss Joke. Gilderab. Out. Stuck Gilderab. So Gilderab. What's your cogwheel? Stuck Gilderab.
The problem, Judge, is this. I had a project and I was building quite a lot of houses. So I decided I'd better employ some more builders to help. I employed 5. The other 4 were fine. Not this one. I don't know how he'd dare call himself a builder. He couldn't do any of the jobs properly. Okay, what sort of jobs? Well, the first job is you put down a base, what we call the foundations. So, you measure out how big it needs to be, and then you get the concrete. It comes in a concrete mixer, spinning around so it doesn't set, and then they drop it in, and then we just smooth it all out, and then we build a little wall round it till it sets before we start building the house itself. Okay, so what went wrong? Well, I was busy elsewhere, so I said to Stuck, right Stuck, we've got the measurements all ready down there. Can you watch for the cement mixer and make sure it all goes in okay? And don't forget to smooth it. Okay, I can do that, boss. Okay, so what happened? Well, the thing is, Judge, he obviously does not know what the heck he's doing. The cement mixer came and started to drop all the cement in. The measurements were clearly marked out. And this idiot says to him, oh, we don't need that much, just go to here. That'll be enough. Okay, which it wasn't. And when the cement mixer moved away, he didn't even smooth it out. It was all lumpy, uneven, and then he walked straight across it while it was still wet. So there were all his footprints in it. And I couldn't believe it when I came to see it. And I said, oh gosh, no. We're going to have to dig this all back up and get the cement mixer to come back and do it all again. And why did you tell him we only wanted it till there and not all the way across? Okay then, let's have your verdict on it. What does he mean? I did the job perfect. We didn't need all that cement. I was trying to save him money. And then why didn't you smooth it all out? Doesn't need it. I've worked at lots of places and they never smooth it out. They just leave it lumpy. And what's the idea of walking across it? I never thought. I'd forgot it wasn't dry, Judge, and I just walked across. So what happened then, Mr. Builder? Well, we ended up, we didn't have to dig all of it out, but we had to dig quite a lot of it out to get rid of the lumps and bumps. And then we had to get the cement mixer to come back and pour it to the right place and then recover it all from where we'd had to dig it up. This sounds a lot of hard work. It was, Judge. It cost us another 4 days. Digging it out, waiting for the mixer, then you have to wait for it to set. All that before we could go any further. So this idiot over here has cost me an awful lot of money. So I've sacked him.
Don't sack me, Judge. I just don't touch you my dog cook with.
Yes, well, you didn't do it very well, did you?
I did.
No, I don't think you did.
Well,
if that is so, I think you should open up your own business and get on with your own jobs and leave other people alone then. I'm sure you'll soon make either a living or you'll do bad jobs everywhere and nobody else will employ you. So, what are we going to do about the money I've lost, Judge? Are you insured for this type of thing? Well, for some things I am, but not for somebody being an idiot. Right. Well, I think, Stuck Builder, you'll have to pay so much a month until you've paid off your debt to this builder.
Why?
Because you cost him a lot of money.
Do I really?
Because you were incompetent and couldn't do your job.
Of course I can't do my job.
Well, then you can go and get another job and earn some money and pay the builder back.
No, I don't.
Well, I'll leave it with you. You can have a think about it. But if you don't pay back, then you will end up with the police coming to arrest you.
Police? What?
Yep.
What are they?
Because you're not allowed to cost people money and then just expect them to be able to cover the cost.
So to all the police?
The police will come and arrest you and then you'll go to court and then you could end up in jail.
No. How would I end up in jail? How?
Because the police would arrest you and then you go to a magistrate's court and they would decide if you broke the law.
Sure. I'll do it to a quiet movie.
Okay.
I would. What would you do? What?
I'll pay the money back, Judge. That seems the only fair thing to do. Okay. I'm sure the builder will be happy with that, won't you? Oh gosh, yes. Thank you, Judge. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. So, case dismissed. So we get to take him out. Team Hook. I'm doing too good. So, Team Hook. What's the conclusion because of too good? Because we stop, Judge, what does case dismissed mean?
It means the case is finished.
What does talking mean?
It means stop talking because I'm the judge and I'm in charge. And I don't want people talking when I'm trying to say something.
Okay. How did you just first of all what it meant, Judge?
That's all right.
So, Catchy, what was your cargo against which you're going today?
Well, the problem is, Judge, this little boy keeps coming and wanting to play on my ship.
Yes.
Well, it's a bit of a dangerous place for little boys because we've got all the rigging and he keeps trying to climb up there to sort the sails out. And I'm sorry, it's very dangerous. You have to be a sailor for a long time before you can go up there. Okay. And then, of course, he's running around and tripping people up. We can't get the decks clean because we have to mop them. And if we mop them in the wet, he's going to slip all over the place. It's not a place for a young child to be. He shouldn't be on my ship. Okay, boy, what is your take on this story? What have you got to say? Well, I just want to be a pirate. I want to go sailing with Captain Hook because he does all sorts of wonderful adventures and that's what I want to do. And he won't let me anywhere near anything that's interesting. And I just want to learn everything there is to learn. Okay, what do you think about that, Captain Hook? Well, we do have what we call a cabin boy, and I haven't got one at the moment. Okay, and what does the cabin boy do? He helps wherever he's needed, Judge, and he also looks after the rest of the pirates. So if they're hungry and they're all sat waiting for their meals, he goes into the kitchen and tells the cook what everybody wants, and then he fetches it out. And he also helps to clean the cabins. And then, because he's doing all this hard work, we will learn him all about sailing and being a pirate. Oh, so what sort of things would he learn about? Well, he'd learn how to pull the ropes to get the sail up. He'd learn how to drop the anchor. He'd learn how to steer the ship. And he'd learn all about following charts and maps so that you know where you're going. It's very interesting. I'm sure he'd enjoy it. What do you think, boy? Do you think you'd like to be a cabin boy? Ooh. Does that mean I get to stay on the ship all the time, Captain Hook? It certainly does. But you have to behave and understand that when you're given an order, you have to go and do what's asked of you. No arguing. You just have to get on with things. That's what being a pirate is all about. Well, I might give you an order to go and clean out the cabin. So you need to go and do it. Okay? Or you might be helping in the kitchen and you have to go and do it. I can do that, Captain. I can do anything if it means that one day I'll be a pirate. I just can't wait. Okay then. What do you say, Judge? Is that all right for us to take him on board our ship? Yes, I think it is. I think he'll learn a lot of things on your ship.
What is what you learn?
How to be a pirate, how to sail a ship, how to drop the anchor, and how to read the maps. Right then.
And how to George.
So, off you go, you two. I'm entrusting him, Captain, into your care. Very well, Judge. I'll look after him, don't worry.
So, Captain Hook, how do you hurt a George? How do you hurt a George?
I wouldn't hurt the Judge.
Would you hurt a George with a stick, or with his goggle, or a kiss?
Michelle, What's happening?
I was just trying to catch you up. How to hurt to do.
Well, that wasn't very nice of you, Michelle. You've hurt me.
Just to know how to do it.
This case is dismissed.
Case dismissed.
Wow.
What was the problem, George?
I cannot believe Michelle did that to me.
What did she do?
Hit me with the gavel.
Was that good or what?
Not.
I was just trying to catch you up. How to hurt to do it. Ram, I'm the green man.
A green man?
So, Ram, what's
Who's
your
the
problem?
green man?
Biggest green man.
Is it the Hulk?
Yes, it was a focus a green goblin.
Okay. Right then, sir, what is your problem with the Green Goblin? My problem is this. He's meant to be a driving instructor. And I was getting lessons off him. Okay, that's good, you're learning to drive. Well, it would be if he knew what he was doing, sir. He takes me out for the first drive, and what we did, we went to a very big industrial estate, so we didn't have to go on the proper road till I'd had a go in the car. Well, he just says to me, right, sit in the driving seat, turn on the ignition, lift up the handbrake, and then he just says, put your foot on the clutch, set it off, accelerator, off we go. And I said to him, I don't know which is the clutch and I don't know what the accelerator is. You've not explained. Oh, what do you mean? Look, clutch, brake, accelerator. What more do you need to know? And I said to him, well, I need to know how hard I've got to press things. Like, do I press the clutch or the accelerator? You do them both together, carefully. Right. But if I press too hard on the accelerator, what will happen? What will happen is the car will start moving and jumping like a kangaroo. Okay.
A kangaroo? What's
So,
a kangaroo?
An animal that jumps. So, could you at least please just show me? You get in the driving seat and you do it, and show me, please. That's what instructors are meant to do. Well, I don't. I just tell you, get on with it. Well, I don't think you're a very good instructor then, sir. What do you mean? How many people have you actually taught that have passed their test? None. Exactly. So why would I be paying you money to learn me to drive when you don't know what you're doing? Okay, what you got to say then, instructor? I'm a very good driving instructor. He paid me for the first lesson, and just because he couldn't do it, off he went. Now he wants his money back. Well, he aren't getting it. Who does he think he is? I'm a driving instructor, that's my job, I know what I'm doing. Okay then. So, when I learnt to drive, said Michelle, first of all, the instructor explained all the things in the car. Indicator, lights, this is a switch you press for the lights. This is for your windscreen wipers. And then you must watch your speed on this thing here on the dash panel. There's a petrol gauge there that tells you if you're running out of petrol. And then the instructor explained all about how you have to just make sure you do it really steady on the clutch and the accelerator. and then the brake is only if you need to slow down or stop. So I can't imagine why any instructor would just think you can jump straight into a car and drive it. That's what I was thinking, said the judge. I think, sir, you're not a very good driving instructor.
Why what?
Well, because you're not explaining things to the clients. You can't just take somebody that's never driven a car and sit them in the seat and say, off you go. It doesn't work like that. That's just silly. It's an accident waiting to happen. Well, I don't think it is. Excuse me, goblin person. Have you actually qualified to be a driving instructor? What do you mean? I've passed my test. I can learn anybody I like. No, actually, you can't. You can if you're just teaching a relative or a friend, but you can't charge money for it unless you've taken your driving instructor course. Well, I haven't. Well, there you go then. You shouldn't even be taking people out to drive in the car. I knew it. I knew it, Judge. I knew he wasn't a proper driving instructor. That's why I didn't book any more lessons and why I wanted my money back. I agree with you, sir. He's not fit to be on the road, let alone trying to teach other people how to do it. Right. The thing you need to do, Goblin, is get yourself sorted out onto a course for driving instructors. And if you don't, then you can't take any more clients. It's as easy as that.
I have to do.
Well, if you want to be a driving instructor, you must.
Well,
because it's against the law. You're breaking the law, sir.
I'll get an instructor. I want to run clients so I can get him. I'll be a driver on my own.
Well, you can't be teaching anybody else because you're not qualified.
Okay, teacher Makiko is silly douche.
You carry on like this, sir, you will end up in prison.
So I told you I see.
You can't just teach people and take money off them. You can teach your relatives or your friends, but you must not take any money. And if you do, you're breaking the law, because you have to be fully qualified to be a driving instructor. I might have to get a different job then. I think that might be a good idea, sir. I don't think you're fully equipped to be a driving instructor. No, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not. Okay, case. Go on.
What?
Who's up to the instructor? Who's up to
This goblin.
So case.
So he's not
this.
good enough to come and stick his oar in and put my gavel on and say things like that.
See, what him.
Case gone wrong. Who does he think he is?
This case is Daisy with Mickey Mouse. So Daisy, what's your cogwheel with Mickey Mouse?
The problem is, Judge, he's getting very bossy. He thinks he's the only one in charge. Thinks just because it says Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, he can boss us all around. He's turning into a right old bossy person. It's not good enough.
What good enough?
Mickey, why are you being so bossy?
What good
I'm not.
enough?
I'm the boss, so I can tell them what to do. Yes, but you don't have to be nasty about it, do you? Why not? They're all being paid to work for me, so they have to do a good job or I'll have something to say. Oh, so you're saying they're not doing a good job? Well, most of the time they do. You know what, Mickey? When you talk nicer to people, they work harder for you than if you're nasty all the time. What do you say, Daisy? I agree, Judge, because if Mickey carries on the way he is, I think I will leave and so will other people, and then he won't have anybody to boss about or anybody to do the work. Will he?
Why won't you do a work or?
Because we'll all have left, because we're all fed of him. Bossy Mickey.
Gossip hole.
He's just too bossy. He's been nasty with us. He won't let us have a dinner break. And then, if you want to go to the toilet or anything, ooh, he goes mad. We haven't got time for toilets. We all need to be working. But everybody needs to go to the toilet, don't they, Judge? Oh, yes, definitely. That's a bit mean, Mickey.
What does it mean, huh?
Well, what do you do when you want to go to the toilet? Do you just go?
Never.
I bet you do, Mickey.
No. That's my high moral judgment. Is that right, Judge? That's my high moral judgment.
Okay. Well,
Right, the judge.
I think, Mickey Mouse, you need to stop being such a bully.
I'm not being a good, just being a good person.
No, you're not, because if you stop people going to the toilet and having a proper break for the dinner, then you're being a bit of a bully.
Well,
Anybody that works a full day deserves tea break,
no,
dinner break,
no,
and a toilet break.
no.
Right. Well, you're not fit to be in charge then, are you?
I am.
Oh, you carry on like that, you'll have no staff left, will you, Minnie? Daisy.
Yes. That's okay, says Ricky. I don't have a good mind. I don't have a good mind.
Okay.
I don't have a good mind.
I think if I was you, Daisy, I'd just get another job. I wouldn't work for somebody like him.
So, case is dismissed.
Yes,
Case dismissed.
it certainly can.
George, where's the case have to get dismissed all the time?
Because I've done my judgment and I've done my job.
Okay, George.
Nothing more to be said.
A woman and a boy.
Ooh.
So, woman, what's the cogwheel? Like a very destructive boy.
Destructive?
Yes.
What's he keep doing?
What has it made? What has it made if it's destructive, George?
He keeps breaking things. He thinks it's funny to throw stones at windows, hoping that he might smash the glass. Ah,
Look at the glass.
he just thinks it's funny, and it's not the least little bit funny, Judge, is it? Because if he breaks somebody's window, then they have to pay money to get it fixed. That's true, and it's not a cheap thing, getting a window fixed. No. And then, he sometimes throws eggs at the windows and makes them all slimy and messy. And it doesn't half take some getting off, Judge. It really does. It's hard work. And then he's just stood there laughing while you're trying to do it. Okay, so why do we do all this then, son? It's funny! I think you'll find it's actually not. It might be to you, but what about all these people that are having to clean up after you? Well, and can I ask, where do you get all these eggs from? Out of my mum's pantry. No, so you're telling me your poor mum's paying for eggs and you're just taking them out and slapping them up against a window? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not very good, is it? I'm sure your mum would be really upset if she knew you were doing that. But she's paying good money for eggs. And all you're doing is throwing them up against a window. Goodness. Oh, God. That's not good at all. This all has to stop.
Has it all had to stop, oh, Judge?
Because it's not very good. It's not very nice. And it's a bit... You're misbehaving all the time. And this lady doesn't want her windows smashing.
Yes.
And she doesn't want eggs throwing all over them.
Yes, she does.
And then another thing he does, Your Honour, he runs up and knocks at your door and then runs away.
Great.
Yeah, so
Yes,
you get up from watching your telly or eating your meal, get to the door, there's nobody there.
Great.
She thinks it's funny.
Hurry, yes.
Mm.
It's always hurry. Yay.
Could I just ask you, lady, have you tried to see his mum at all?
No.
No, Judge, because I don't know who his mum is. I don't even know who he is. I just know that he keeps coming and causing all this bother.
Oh dear.
Okay, so Michelle, what we need to do then is find out who is his mum. And we need her in this courtroom.
Actually, so what's that guy doing what to have his mum in?
Because his mummy needs to know what he's getting up to when he's going out to play.
He's getting up to disgrace.
Who's his mum?
Yes, babe. Hello. I'm called Stuck Mum.
Stuck Mum. Right.
And my son is called Stuck Guy.
Okay. So, Stuck Mum, do you realise what your son is doing when he's going out to play? Well, no, I just thought he was playing. And as long as he's not pestering me, then it's okay, isn't it? He's out of the house. He's enjoying himself. And by the time he comes back, it's bedtime. Lady, please. You're his mum. You are supposed to tell him what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong. You can't just say, at least he's not in the house. He's not pestering me. He's just enjoying himself outside. He's enjoying himself breaking windows, knocking on doors and throwing eggs at windows. Oh, I just thought he was playing out with his friends, Judge. Well, obviously. But he's not, is he? He's causing mayhem everywhere he goes. Oh dear. I'll have to do something about this, won't I, Judge? You certainly will.
Well,
You need to make sure you know where he is and what he's up to.
oh, sure. How do I do it, Judge?
Well, you might have to ground him and tell him he has to stay in the house for so long until he learns how to behave. That's entirely up to you, madam. It could be a week, it could be 2 weeks. Whoa, no, don't do that to me, mummy. Oh, well.
Okay, I won't.
Yes, you will, madam, I'm sure. If you want to be a good parent, you'll make sure that you learn him right from wrong.
You could still go to a court quantity, so let him off. Just this once.
Well, we'll let him off, but you better make sure he doesn't appear here again, because if he does, I'll be putting you in the dock as well, because you're his mum, you're the adult, you're meant to make sure he doesn't misbehave.
So did he do wrong?
I've told you what he did wrong. You just need to keep an eye on him, okay? I've just told you.
Is it in a garden?
I've told you he's been breaking windows, throwing eggs, knocking on doors and being an all-round nuisance.
I'm stuck in who do that children and do mega grounding. And what he will do and to tell him what to do is
Okay, you make sure he does behave.
him at all hours.
Okay.
All hours. Yes. So case we just got one.
Who's done that?
The
Don't do that in my court, lady.
case dismissed.
I can see where the sun gets it from.
Oh gosh, they did away to see. So it's the sun getting woman.
Because you're not very well behaved either, are you, lady?
No. Is that where he gets it from?
Yeah.
His one.
Yeah.
So the case is
Ooh.
Tigger and game show donkey. Tigger and game show donkey. What's we doing? Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Who wants to watch her? Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Who wants to watch her? Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Who wants to watch her? Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Who wants to watch her? Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Who wants to watch her? Dancing Michelle! Yeah. Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Who wants to watch her? Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Dancing Michelle! Who wants to watch her? Dancing Michelle! Did I play dance, Josh?
I did. It was very good.
So
It was a nice change to have a bit of fun in the court.
Tigger, so I saw Cogweb,
Mm.
big game show donkey.
Mm. I'm sure I've seen this donkey before, says the judge. Okay then, what's going on, Tigger? Well, see, the thing is, Judge, we were on this new game show. You might not have seen it yet. I don't even know if it's been onto the television yet. And the idea was, you have a team, 2 in each team, and you do these like little challenges. Like you might have to get in a canoe and go across the river. And then we had to also find some clues that they were leaving around, and you followed the first clue to the second clue, and when you finally got to the end, you got a star, and that star went towards the points you earned for the show. Oh, this sounds like a fun show.
Oh.
I'll have to watch it when it comes on the television.
How sure is it called?
They hadn't quite decided. They couldn't make their mind up. They were going to call it Challenge, because that's what you're doing all the time. You're having these challenges. And I don't know. They just couldn't make their minds up. And then somebody else said, what about beating the challenges? Or winner takes all? Or the best team wins? So they hadn't totally made their mind up, Judge, so I don't know what they're going to call it yet. Okay, so what happened then with Eeyore? Well, it was useless. every single challenge they gave us, he just moped about and didn't get on with it. Like, there was this challenge, right? And all we had to do was follow, and they dropped all these chocolate coins in silver paper. Follow the trail, and when you get to the end of it, you'll get a star. So off we set. Let's go, Eeyore, look. These are easy to follow. They'd left quite a few, so you could follow the path, it was okay.
I don't know.
But do you know what Eeyore was doing?
I don't think he'll call me a game show donkey.
Eeyore was too busy eating the chocolate.
Because I'm a game show donkey.
Yeah, but you weren't keeping up. And I kept having to shout to you, come on Eeyore, we've only got a certain amount of time. Oh, you didn't tell us that. Well, what it is, Judge, depending on the challenge, they give you a certain amount of time to do it in. So, when you get to the end, you have got to have done it. Say it said 3 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, but you both had to cross the line to be able to get your star. So, I'm rushing, and guess who's dawdling behind me eating all the chocolate? And I kept saying, come on Eeyore, we need to get to the end, we want the star. But no, by the time Eeyore turned up, we'd gone way over time, so we didn't get the star. Okay, and then we had the next challenge. And I told him, Eeyore, they'll give us a time limit, so you have to keep up.
Yes, game show donkey.
Because we've got to do it in the time they tell us.
Yes, says game show donkey.
Mm-hmm.
Game show
Right.
donkey.
Now then, what was this challenge then, Tigger? Well, you'd have thought this one would be easy peasy, wouldn't you? Wait while I tell you, Judge, what we had to do. Right. All it entailed was you had to walk and find all these different types of tree.
Like Tigger walking.
Yes. And they'd given us pictures with the names of different trees.
Oh, is
So one said a beech tree, one said an oak tree.
well, is it called tree hole animals?
Yeah, could be. Anyway, we've got the pictures, and all we had to do when we found the tree was get a leaf off it, so we could prove we've seen the oak tree, we've seen the beech tree. You get the picture, Judge? Oh yes, that sounds like a good game actually.
I think it's a baby tree.
I think I'd quite like that. Anyway,
What is a baby that tree is met? It was a baby
it
that
doesn't matter about that. Let's just carry on and see what happened. So, we're strolling about, trying to find the trees. I'd already found 3 of them, and there were only 5 to find. And I got these 3 and I got the leaves. And I said to Eeyore, come on, we've only 2 more to get. Come and help me. I need you to help me to find, what's this one called? Willow tree. That should be easy to find because it comes right down like that and droops right to the ground. So that should be an easy one to spot. Then what happens? Eeyore decides, I need a rest. But Eeyore, I need you to stay with me. We've got to cross the finish line. If we don't both do it, we don't get any points. Oh, I'm so tired. Okay.
How dare you say
Well,
it?
you sit there and I'll just have a look round again and see if I can find this tree, and then I'll come back and get you. So I went off and I found the willow tree straight away. And on the way back, I see the last tree, a silver birch. So I went and got the leaf off it. And I went back to where I'd left Eeyore. No sign.
What's a silver birch tree?
It's got like lovely silvery coloured bark on the tree trunk. It's very nice. So I'm looking for Eeyore. Eeyore, where have you gone? I thought you said you were tired. I need you to come with me now to get to the finish line.
It's too far away. I can't get there.
Where are you? I can't see you. I'm over here.
I can't hear shit because I'm too tired.
You're always tired. I've just let you have a rest and I found the last 2 leaves. But guess what? By the time we got to the end, we were too late. And this went on for every challenge. So I've come here to say, could you please tell Eeyore not to go on any more game shows, and especially not with me? We could have won some nice prizes, but oh no, Eeyore's too tired. What do you say to all this, Eeyore? I can't help it, Judge, if I get tired. No, maybe not, but I think you shouldn't be putting yourself forward to partner somebody if you know you can't do it. So I agree with Tigger. Any more game shows that you want to go on, it can't be where you've got to be in a team or with a partner. If you want to go on, it has to be a show you can go on your own, and that is my decision and my judgment.
I'd like to go into my own. I do want to.
Well, don't go on one then. But you're definitely not going on any more. That means you've got to be with somebody because you're costing them the prizes and everything.
Okay, I'll try and be more over.
Okay.
So, it's Donkey Hints. Case gone warm.
Who's saying that?
Yeah.
Eeyore, get out of my court.
Case dismissed.
Thank you. Who does he think he is?
What did he say? What did he say?
I'm not having a donkey like Eeyore telling me whether my case is dismissed or not. He's a very lazy donkey who's always tired and always depressed.
Dequest.
Depressed.
Let's talk about the Dequest case.
Oh, do we really have to?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
How did you... Oh dear. How did you heal?
Who are you asking that of?
How did you heal?
Eeyore,
Donkey.
what have you got to say? Not a lot. I've no energy for talking. I feel very, very tired and depressed.
Dequest.
Well, that's nothing new, is it? What about you, Tigger? I'm just happy to be able to tell the judge what happened, and he agreed with me, and luckily nobody else will get landed having to partner this depressing, boring, tired donkey on any more game shows. Thank you, Judge. You're welcome.